Welcome back, everyone. So happy to see you. How you doing, Winnie?
I'm doing great, Mr. Whiskers.
You did such a good job with last week's lesson. I'm an old guy. Sometimes I don't always get it right.
It's okay.
Okay, so this week what we're gonna learn about is a big word. Are you ready, Winnie?
Yeah!
Can you say evangelism?
Evangelism!
Can you say evangelism? Very good. One more time. Evangelism. That's awesome. Now, evangelism means telling someone a story about God. And today, we're going to learn why that is important to do.
So we're going to learn about evangelism. Winnie, can you think of a way, and don't tell the audience, that David and Goliath story had a way in which you can evangelize?
No.
Okay, that's good. I'll tell you. See, let me give you a little feedback, a backstory about David and Goliath. If you weren't here last week, this is the story. David was a young boy. He was looked over by everyone. No one thought he was so great, but God used him as a shepherd. And when you are a shepherd, you have to fight off things like lions and tigers and bears.
Oh.
I thought she was going to say, oh my. Anyway, that was a joke for the parents. David was a shepherd, and he fought off a lion and a bear. He was very brave, and God used his bravery for his glory. Do you understand what glory is?
Yeah.
Very good. So, when it was time for there to be a war, this big old bully named Goliath came around, stomping and thinking he was so big and bad. He wasn't. God's the best.
Wow.
Anyway, David saw this big bully and he said, I'm going to fight him for God, and I'm going to use God's power that lives inside of me to defeat him.
So cool.
And did he defeat him, Whitney?
He sure did. Mr. Whiskers,
Yes.
my name is Winnie.
I'm sorry. I get forgetful sometimes.
It's okay. It happened to all of us.
Thank you. Such a nice young girl. Anyway, so back to our story. Goliath thought because he was 9 feet tall that he could defeat little David. David was the one who actually won the battle. He defeated Goliath with the power of God. Yay!
Oh, so cool.
Right. But now, how do we use this story as evangelism? Well, I'll tell you. The thing is, when you do something as amazing as defeating a giant, people start to talk. And when they start to talk, they start to mention David's name and what he did. And then people really know about the fact that David loved God, that he wanted to serve him. And they found out that the reason that this young boy was so strong was because God lived inside his body. So, it's God's power. And if you were maybe scared of something, wouldn't you want the power of God to make you brave?
Yeah, I want David's power.
That's right. Lots of people would want power like David's. And that's exactly why they turned to God as well. They knew that God was the all-powerful God. So when people spread the word or evangelized what David did, God's name got the glory. People started to follow God. And that's how they evangelized.
Wow. So God can give me power just like David?
God gives you power.
Yeah. I have power.
You sure do. Now, what I want you to do this week And what I want all of you to do too is to go around and tell your friends about this wonderful David and Goliath story. Everyone would want to hear a cool story about a young boy defeating a 9-foot giant.
I'm gonna tell all my friends.
That's right. And when they ask, how is it possible that a 9-foot giant got beaten up by a young boy, you're gonna tell them what?
It was God's power.
Very good, Whitney. Winnie. That's your name, Winnie. Forgive an old man. I'm silly.
It's okay, Mr. Whoopers.
I'll be Mr. Whoopers and you can be Whitney. Okay, well I think that's enough for today. We've learned about evangelism. Now let's go try it.
Hi, Kidstown family. This is Sister Stephanie, and I have a special guest with me today. Hi, everybody. My name's Miss Tracy. Nice to see you.
Today, we're making slingshots just like David did. There are a few materials you will need for this project. You will need a glue stick, scissors, string, popsicle sticks, and an elastic. You will also need to get something that represents rocks. Do not use real rocks. Here we're using rubber pallets. We are using 3 popsicle sticks, so you want to put glue or use your glue stick and put it on the tips of the popsicle stick. You want to connect the sticks together by the ends, making the letter Y. Now, you can use a string or an elastic. First, we'll show you what to do using string. You want to cut the string. To secure it, you want to glue the string down to the ends of the Y shape of the popsicle sticks. Then you will wrap the string around your popsicle stick, probably about 5 times. All right, now if you want to do the elastic method, you just take your elastic and you put it in between the 2 sticks, just like this. And then you can take the plastic pallets and use them for target practice. And that is how you complete a slingshot.
We made slingshots just like David did when he defeated Goliath. So make sure when you play around with your slingshot, do not hit your parents or your sisters or brothers. Again, have fun, and I hope you enjoyed this arts and crafts today. Bye, see you next time.
We have games, activities, and services for children from nursery all the way through 8th grade.